Okay, this message feels really, really good. I'm really excited about it. And I actually am shooting this for the second time because right after I shot it, Falcon came outside my window. And if you're not aware, Falcon always heralds victory. So this reading is for a very special, specific person who has something they've been working towards. And I mean, it is like this big dream in their heart, this thing they've been yearning to manifest for maybe years, has been working toward. And you know, there could be like one or two things up there on that top of that pyramid for you. And it just, Raven and Spider came through today to be like, you need to tell this person a message. Like, they need to understand this. So the fact that Falcon also swooped into this message for you, assuring victory, I think it's really going to bring you some, just feel like really good about this, you know, what is unraveling for you. And even on that journey of facing your own disbelief and your own insecurities. And the message is really cool because it is about giving your permission to kind of understand the disempowerment and the insecurity and the fear and the disbelief that comes on the journey of manifesting. And especially for my, you know, my people who have dealt with PTSD or mental health issues, Falcon is just coming through, like coming for you. And also the people who are highly sensitive in this life. There is, you know, shifting into the positive headspace, shifting into the identity shift of just be the version who already has the thing. And for some of us, we are hijacked by a nervous system that has been trained to be in fear, that has been trained to keep small. And it is just an interesting journey for those of us that have really, really big dreams and have a biology that leans towards darkness, that leans towards fear. So Raven and Spider wants to have a moment to talk. So I'm going to tell their story, and I'm looking up, like, I just feel like they're right here with us. Okay. The story here. Just notice it says Master Manifestor, okay? So there once was a reality, and it was in the infinite void. Have you heard of dark energy? Not the kind that we live with every day, but the kind that is a scientific name for the expansion of the universe. It's the energy that's just constantly expanding. So Raven Inspired lived in this constant expansion of infinite potential. There was no materialization. They were the only material creatures, physical creatures within this version of reality. So they lived in the infinite void, and it was quite lonely for them, not because it was only two of them, but because Raven was terrified of Spider. So Spider was actually pretty cool and tried to honor Raven's fear boundaries by just staying in like the northeast corner of infinite eternity. But Spider would watch this thing that Raven would do every single day like clockwork. So every day Raven would have this moment, you know, and project out his heart's deepest desires. He would visualize and see the world he wanted to create and the love and abundance he wanted to experience. And especially and these images of what he would project would bring Spider to tears, because their reality was just this infinite void of infinite potential that wasn't yet potentialized into physical matter. And Spider would just kind of weep in awe of, you know, the the worlds and the abundance and the love that would project out of the consciousness of Raven. So after what seemed like another version of eternity, Spider is finally like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to respect Raven's boundaries, because it's actually like messed up for both of us that we're not having this relationship. So Spider goes over to Raven, and Raven freezes, paralyzed, just utter fear, so much fear that the quietness of this universe they were in became even more quiet, and everything just got in slow motion. And it was so, the terror that Raven felt could only be felt deeply by Spider, and it made Spider feel really just like, whoa, like almost they got both hypnotized by this fear. And Spider, with all its might of aligning to this fear energy, it just softly says this, like, I'm not gonna hurt you, just listen, and then you can fly away. And all of a sudden you see that paralyzed, frozen in fear Raven look to the side, just move, still frozen, but just then takes his eyes and looks over at Spider. And Spider says, that wonderful world that you project with your consciousness every day, I'm actually the one who can weave that into reality for you. I'm the dream weaver. And all of a sudden there's this epiphany that Raven has, and there's this grieving and this broken heart, like, wait, I've pushed away. I've been so scared of the thing that is a part of my ability to create the life I love, to create all these things I've been, thinking of for what seems to be eternity. And, Spider, with all this like wisdom and love, is just like, shares with Raven, like, you had to understand this reality without me. You had to understand your yearning and your longing for this thing without being able to create it. You had to understand the fear. You had to understand all these things that seem polar opposite to your ability to manifest this thing in order to manifest this thing. It was just a part of the journey. You had to, in order for you to receive the most abundant love thing that you've been working for, you actually had to understand not having it. You had to feel it's almost like it's the thing that created even more of the intensity and the attraction. In fact, it's what finally led, Spider to go speak its truth to Raven. And there's this, understanding that they kind of had, that it was all a part of the process. It was all a part of, Spider not using its voice with Raven, and watching, and, Raven having this kind of intense, like, longing for this thing and feeling like it would never happen, and the fear that they had together. So all that to say, their message to you is that your whatever pain you might have around this thing you've been working towards in your heart's deepest desire, whatever disbelief, whatever longing, whatever feeling of, I'm damned to live in an eternity where I'm in a limited version of myself that just yearns for this existence, that this is all a part of the unraveling of the creation of exactly what you want. And that often when the fear comes and it hijacks you on this new level, and it tells you that you can't do it, and it tells you you're not good enough, and it tells you that, like, you're going to be stuck in some kind of way of thinking and living life forever, that is when you are actually the closest and that the fear almost is this energy that's needed, this supercharged energy, because fear is crazy freaking energy, and we can call it dense and low vibration, but there is this fire in fear. There is this electricity in fear that other things there, you know, it's all a perspective, right? It's so low vibe, it's whatever. It's like, but you know that it's also a weird life force energy, because its fear is used to keep you alive. So it's almost like that energy that comes with such fear and despair that the thing isn't gonna happen is exactly what needs to happen for the thing to happen. So this whole message to you is that it's okay if you've been, toggling between belief and disbelief, toggling between empowerment and disempowerment, that it's meant for you, and that you wouldn't have clicked on this video if you weren't supposed to receive this message to reaffirm that it's all happening. And it always comes back to just trust. And when you're in distrust, it's okay too. Like that there is a part of being in distrust that's important, because there's this other thing of you have to know the opposite of something to know the opposite of that thing. So you have to know, in order to dive into trust, you have to first know untrust. In order to, dive into this abundance, you have to know the opposite of it. And so I just think it's a really uplifting and powerful message. And then the fact that, Falcon came just like victory is yours. So I want to just do a quick little reading on what it is, and getting guidance from Falcon, Spider, and Raven about this thing that you're working on manifesting. And I know there's like, for a couple of you, there's like a few things, so I'll let you pick 3 things. And if there's only one, or if there's only 2, then it's just going to be the same one. Just a reading for that one thing. But write down your 3 things, and we're just going to pull a couple of cards from this profound wisdom of this trio, what they want to share about what you're manifesting. So write down the first thing, the second thing, and the third thing. Okay. Shuffle them real good. The first thing you wrote down, if you haven't done it, just do it. Write it down. You're probably like, I already know what it is. I can keep it, but whatever. Do how you want to do the 3 things. So the first thing you wrote down. Okay. The second thing you wrote down, and then the third thing you wrote down. That's a lot. Okay. Cool. All right, let me just, oh, awesome. Just creating the understanding here. Okay. So the first thing is that whatever you wrote down, you're in the middle of some kind of breakthrough. And the breakthrough, very similar to the story of like on your journey of manifesting, you're going to face all these things that feel the opposite or make you, feel scared. This is that you're already breaking through and you're so close to this thing that it's going to trigger this limited version of yourself, your limbic system, to put you in fear because you're actually getting to this thing. So your body, our body, especially again, for those of us who are super sensitive, who, you know, can really become filled with deep feelings inside easily, this is going to be like times 10 for you. When we get closer to this bigger expansion of ourself, our body actually is going to retract, meaning there's going to be this like kickoff of your nervous system to put you in more fear, to shrink you, to keep you small, because it can sense an expansion approaching. So a tidal wave, before it goes into its highest peak, it actually pulls all the way back. So this is similar to what our nervous system does before something big and powerful is going to happen. We're actually going to go more into fear right before this thing happens. So this feels like it's very close, this thing you've been working on, whatever next level of development in this project or this love or this healing, like you're very close to it. There is something about this thing, the number one, that is a gift of service that can honestly be shared with the entire world. And it, you know, this, if what number one you wrote is on a relationship level, it just means that like whatever you're bringing to the table is so of service and so full of love and so powerful, and it activates light, and it's medicine for whoever is involved with this thing that number one is involved, then what you wrote down, whoever this ends up connecting to, it is such a gift of service, so powerful, so medicinal, and it's something that activates their light inside, right? Like the blind, or the seeing eye dog leading the blind, people in the darkness. So there is something about this, like, okay, I've started realizing this card in a different way, and we also have I receive, so get ready to receive this thing that you want. But the seeing eye dog is, when I get this card now, it's almost like you're blind to this value inside yourself. So I think the message for whatever you wrote down for number one, like you're getting ready to receive your body. That's why this pullback to go forward to, you're going to receive this thing. Like, do you get that? Like, you're going to receive this thing. But this message to me is sharing that right now, the most important thing you need to do is receive that whatever this thing is you want to share, whether it's your love or a book or your music, you need to like own it and honor it and receive it yourself. You need to receive how freaking awesome this is. This is going to be really an amplification in the success of this, and you're being led to success. You have these guides around you that are all teaming with you to lead you to success. So keep taking action, keep taking inspired action towards this thing, even if it feels like, and really be okay with failure. Be okay if it does not work out, because it'll keep, like, as long as you don't give up, it's going to happen. As long as you do not give up, it will freaking happen. You don't, like, the thing I love about this card, it's like, you don't even have to believe in yourself. As long as you keep taking action towards this thing, it's going to lead you to success. Okay. And then I am worth the risk, jump. So this is actually the old version of this card. I don't know why I'm keeping them both in here. Let me just show you. Because I think the old version, the color is better than because my printer ran out. See, like, I like this color. This is the one that there was no ink. But so this is all about jump into trust. I am worth it. So for whatever you wrote down for number one, like, you have to have trust right now and understand that you are worthy. All the work you've been doing and putting and healing and putting towards this thing it's so freaking worth it. And it's this gift that you're meant to share, and that you're being asked to like jump into the unknown. The wings will appear, like, and falcon wings. She has falcon wings. So this is about you. I use this image from one of the Animal Apothecary cards, and it's like an Egyptian falcon, and I put them on her. So she has so victory is yours. Jump into freaking trust and just like know your worth, though. The worth is a big part of this. Number two, you are turning this is like giving transmuter energy. I want one more. Okay. You're about to shine, and there's something that feels like it maybe isn't completely working out or didn't work out or is weird or something. You're taking that and turning it into diamonds. You're taking that and creating this portal to the thing you actually want to manifest. And you're about to shine, and there's some kind of pullback moment with number 2, like going inward, figuring out this new light that you're ready to share. And you're just in that process of creating this new light. And double whammy, whatever you're freaking scared of, the chicken head, the shark in your mind, it's all BS. Like whatever you're scared of, don't worry. Like you have to stick. I'm sorry, it is so hot in here. It is almost 90 degrees out, and I'm on the top floor, my apartment in Brooklyn, and it hasn't really been this hot at all, but there's this thing that happens, like it stays cool until it doesn't. Okay, so the hair is hot. Whatever you're scared of. And this feels like there's a lot of freaking worry, a lot of worry and fear coming up. It's all BS. And this thing that you are working towards, it's in you, you're on your path to it. You're going to discover, you're going to get the material representation of it because you realize it's already in you, because you're already like, you know, the Cowardly Lion got the badge of honor of courage by having courage on the freaking path, the yellow brick road to Emerald City. And in his head, he was like, I'll get courage once I get that badge of honor of courage when I get to Emerald City. But he actually had it the entire way, and then he was given it. So this is like, you already have the thing, it's already in you, it's already working out, you're already on the path, but see, you're in the dark. There's a lot of dark, like there's something about unknown happening right here. Like it's all kind of, you know, it's like that dark energy I spoke about. Like it's all in the ether, it's all coming into the potential of itself. So one more on that. Okay, it's all coming into the potential of itself. Yeah, so just focus on the bigger picture. This is like you're a light activator, you are a leader, you have this gift you're meant to serve humanity with. It's going to bring you victory, it's going to be some kind of abundance, but like get out of your head and just focus on the fact that this thing is going to happen. Number 2 is going to like just focus on it, deal with it, it's happening. Okay, number 3, your prayer is freaking answered. But if you know me, I'm always like, you gotta act as if your prayer has been answered, which then is a double whammy with I know. This is you freaking being the version of yourself who already is that thing. That's the quantum jump, okay? Like, just quantum jump, be the version, like your prayer is answered, it's happening. Your prayer is answered, okay? Just sit in the freaking I know, I am. Your highest self is leading you to this thing, and it's going to be profoundly freaking abundant. Like, it's, deal with it. Like, it's good. This thing is happening, but just shift into that version who already has this thing. Okay, so let's talk about your ability to receive. And there's all this stuff that we learn, and like, you know, you gotta work through your money blocks and all this stuff. And honestly, everything with healing sometimes feels serious and just like, and like, it's always, you know, we're coming from a place like trying to achieve and manifest something because we can't even be like cool with where we are right now. And it's this like, we future bomb ourselves. And, you know, I am really excited to announce that in my next workshop, the I Receive workshop, there is a total different way we are working with getting our nervous system, tuning our nervous system to not only the frequency of reception and magnetism, but we are using this technique called laugh medicine, where because just think of it, money especially, and this This workshop will be amazing. Okay, trying to make money, trying to like bring in cash flow, wealth, trying to bring in self-love and trying to bring in love. This is it for you. But like the top is like this really kind of aligning with this wealth and abundance frequency. So what has to happen is that we have to get our nervous system to be open. We have to get our energy portal to be open. So when we use playfulness and laughter and ridiculousness, when we bring in our child self to really just take the seriousness out of self-love, take the seriousness out of money, take the seriousness out of like a healthy partnership, we align ourselves to receiving like tenfold and 10 times quicker. When we just change, it's just this glitch in perception, just a notch up. And then also we're creating our body to be a tuning fork that vibrates at the freaking miracle frequency, and also work with the power of our root chakra and really energizing that, because that's where safety and security is, and trust in life. So this is going to be this really cool, adventurous self-exploration, wild, just ridiculous in the best way of your own self-experimentation, to have this amazing relationship with trust, with your ability to receive and just know that it's coming. Like really get in the I know, because when you're dealing with something and you physically are not seeing the money and you physically are being rejected by someone, you know how hard it is to shift into this other, in this belief frequency, but we're doing it. And I'm going to bring you there. So the I Receive workshop, it's next Saturday, June 21st. So it'll be also utilizing the immense power portal of the summer solstice, which is going to be incredible. And yeah, it'll be on Zoom replay. So if you can't make it live, it'll be there. Info below. Lots of love, world peace, and let's just have fun healing and manifesting. Like, that's it. That's how we open. It doesn't need to be painful, because clearly Raven and Spider, like, you've been in it. You've faced a lot of difficulties, and it's time to bring a new kind of medicine to the table, and it's called laugh medicine. All right, world peace forever.